Hello, this is Dr. Crystal Ruff, and this is installment 3 of Writing Your Thesis, What You Should Know. Seriously, this will save you weeks of work. So we've gone through already video 1, background and general tips, and video 2, headings and template styles. So you should be relatively comfortable using those. We're going to move on today to video 3, frames and hyperlinking. So this is perhaps the single best thing that I have discovered during my PhD, and the single thing that will help you out the most, especially if you have, a lot of stipulations or a very pedantic supervisor who likes things moved around. I had one who wanted all of my figures to be 8.5 centimeters, and he specified that the text and all of that stuff. You can do that, and you can do it easily. And if they change their mind or want to move the figures around, I'm going to teach you how to do that with the click of a button. So let's get to this. Number 1, why shouldn't I just use a text box? So frames are different than text boxes in Word. Why you shouldn't use a text box is because frames can accommodate hyperlinking, whereas text boxes cannot. So if you choose to use a text box, you have to manually type in everything you want to use, and if it changes, you have to go in manually and fiddle with that. And that takes a lot of time. That can take weeks, days, months in and of itself. So what I'm going to teach you to do is to use word frames in order to reference within your document. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to take our paragraph about fruit, and what I'm going to do is just actually place all of this stuff that we did in the last course at the end. Control X, because we're using our shortcuts. I'm going to get rid of this page break, delete, and then I'm going to go end, make it a new page, there. Okay, so video 3. First of all, Word does not come with a frame in the default menu. So if you look at my screen, because I've used it before, this is what the frames icon looks like. It's really difficult to find, so I'm going to take you through it right now so you can find it on your computer. The first step is to establish this. So what you want to do is go to your Office button, Word Options, and then I think it's in Customize. Yes, it's in Customize. So choose Commands, so customize your quick access toolbar. Mine is already here because I've done it, but you want to move your format frame and insert horizontal frame. You'd find it in this menu. You might need to click on Customize, but it should be in this menu. Add it to your quick access toolbar, and then press OK. Alright, so we've got our frames here. So like I said, you shouldn't use a text box because you can hyperlink in frames. You cannot hyperlink in text boxes. Finding the frame icon and installing it on your toolbar. This should say toolbar. There we go. And specializing your frame. So let's go back to our paragraph on fruits. I want to insert a figure from my thesis. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press enter, insert. Let's get some clip art. Let's get clip art for fruits. There we go. Search, I'm going to move that over. Search for fruits. Go. Oh, look at all those pictures. Alright, someone give me, okay, so here's a picture for fruits. I'm going to insert that if it'll enter. Oh, let's see what happens. Maybe not. Okay, got it. So that's going to be my figure 1 of fruits. My paragraph 2, so let's do banana. There's a nice picture of bananas. We're going to put that right there. I'll put it, will it work? I'm going to enter, give it its own little space. And make sure, actually, this is very important. Sometimes in your document map, okay, it didn't happen in this instance. Oh, yes, it actually may have. Yep. So when I inserted this picture, pull this out, you have to make sure that when you're inserting things or when you're like putting in figures and whatnot, that your heading style is back to normal. So what I did was I put in a picture. My heading style was, let's see what the heading style was for this. Come on home. Heading 1. So because of that, it inserted it as a heading 1 in my document map. So I'm going to delete it. That's actually a very good thing. So I'm pressing delete. Right now I'm clicking on the image. That gets rid of our thing. So I'm changing this now to normal. And then I should be able to put in our, this is the new fruits picture. Okay, yeah. So normal there. Oh no, I didn't put it into the right space. We'll leave it like this so then I can show you how to use the hyperlinking function. Bananas, we'll put in, oh, I guess it just inserted it. Look at that. Apples goes with apples. I'm going to click on normal right now so that there's no hyperlinking or anything. My cursor's in that space. Apple. There you go. Okay. And then actually we're going to do the green and red apples too because that's how we that's what we want to do. So Control Z. Sorry, we're formatting right now. You'll have to do this. Normal. Insert a green apple. Here. Enter. Make it normal. Insert a red apple. Alright. Okay, so I'm closing the clip arts now. We've got all of our images. Making this smaller. Okay. Now, one thing that you can do, this apple is very huge. You can resize the picture. So I've right-clicked on the picture, size. I want it, let's say, okay, let's just make it, should be locked me aspect ratio. Okay, close. So it is now onto the other page there. It's very small. Okay, this one I want smaller too. So I'm going to change the size and we'll make that a bit smaller. Close. There we go. Alright, so we set it up. Here are our 5 images for our thing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've purposely made these backwards. Make this normal. I'm going to move this banana. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a frame first. So once you have this on your toolbar, insert frame. And you can right-click on the frame to format it. And what goes around your image, it lets you wrap the text, so you can have no text wrapping. Or you can have the text wrapping that we just saw. For your thesis, you'll want to do text wrapping. And you can also specify where you want your text box. The left relative to margin is what I did for my thesis. Left or top or right. I would justify it relative to the margin, wherever you want it to be. I had to make width 8.5 centimeters or 16, depending on what the figure was. And you press OK, and then it automatically sets it. You can also make your picture 8.5, but I'm not going to do that right now with you. Also, what you'll want to do for your thesis probably is borders and shading. Take away the text box. So click on none. Sorry, and I right-clicked to get to this menu. I right-clicked. None. So there's not that big thing around your image. Okay. And so now what I did was for my figure legends, I used the no spacing font. You can also, so what you're going to want to do is get in that text box. Here you go. So within your text box, you're going to want to use the no spacing font. And you can specify that later. Now we use our hyperlinking. So we're going to, first of all, write out the legends of our images. So figure 1, banana, right? Figure 2, we like fruit, and we want this to be in no spacing. And you can change this. So I did it small and bold. You can do whatever you'd like. And I'm going to update, no spacing to match selection, so they're all the same. The next thing, lots of apples, and its figure legend is going to be no spacing, so it's just changed. Green apples, it's a no spacing. And red apples. So you want to write your figure legends kind of beside it. When you go to create your table of figures, you're going to want just the title. So for example, in science, figure 1, for example, I'm a neuroscientist, so this gene does this to the brain. That is your figure title. That's what you want in your table of figures. Everything else, figure 1A, A to B shows this stain, C to D shows this stain, blah, blah, blah. All of that will be done in your no spacing font because that's not going to be hyperlinked. But the title will be hyperlinked, and we're going to talk about that now. So what I want to do, actually, I'm going to remove this frame. I'm going to be very cheeky. Format frame, remove. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my legend as well as my image, and then I'm going to create a frame around it, and that's easier. Same here. Unfortunately, when I did my thesis, I don't know if anyone knows a way around this, to stop the default from having a encircling my image. Maybe someone out there who's a little more technologically advanced would know. I don't know how to make it default without having to go out actually individually and removing all of these outlines. But maybe Google knows. Google it. So, all right. So what we're doing inside of our text box, we've now got text, next step in our frames and hyperlinking, specializing your frames. So we've gone over that. We know how to take away the border using captions. Listen to me. This will make your life so much easier. This will save you so much time. Now we're going to talk about how to hyperlink within your document to create captions. Okay. All right. So I pressed enter. What we're going to do is go to, I believe it's, no, references. Okay. Insert caption is your friend. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to insert our caption. We're going to click on this button under references. Caption 1, figure 1. There's the option here under label to turn it into different things. So you're going to have equations. So you need a table of equations, table of figures, table of tables, and Word will keep track of these. So usually figure legends go below the figures, table legends go above the table. And Word, you can use these to create what you need. Numbering, you can format it with like figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, figure A, figure B, figure C, etc., etc. I use 1, 2, 3. This is what I use. You have the option of including what chapter you're in. So chapter 2, figure 1, or whatever. I didn't do that on my thesis. You can if you want. So you want it to say figure. Insert figure 1. We like fruit, so we make sure that this should be linked. If not, we can still go underneath. In our caption, figure 2, we like fruit. Oranges, watermelon, and bananas. So this needs to have an enter in order for it not to be hyperlinked. Sorry. So we're inserting our caption. We're inserting figure 1. I did a colon with mine. You can also specify what it's going to say. Like you can say, we like fruit is my figure 1. Right there. And usually, like sometimes this will hyperlink. I think it might be a little bit buggy in Microsoft. Sometimes it'll hyperlink to your table of contents, but it does help to just type in the title there. And there we go. No spacing. Oh, God. Here are some fruits, watermelon and bananas. I don't like having a space after this, so I'm going to I'm going to go over it after, but maybe we can specify with this figure, don't have a space after. You'll have to play with that. It doesn't matter for our purposes. And then now we have our image framed. So bananas. Figure 2, lots of apples. So I'm just going to insert figure 2 here, and you can type out. We're just gonna insert all of our captions right now. Figure 2, apples. Okay. So here's a good thing. So figure 1, we have inserted our caption, but we still have this image that we need to insert our caption for. So, yum, that's going to be our writing about it. So insert caption, it'll automatically go back to figure 1. So if we, sorry, we're just going to do this very quickly. Banana, banana. When it inserted figure 1 as banana, it automatically moved this from figure 1 to figure 2, and now our apples from figure 3, etc. So let me just label green apples, okay, and red apples, and then we're going to explore another option of word. Okay, delete. Okay, the next we're going to talk about is hyperlinking in our text. In a scientific paper or thesis, you would have figures with multiple panes. So figure 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, etc. So I'm going to teach you how to link to this within the text. So paragraph 1, fruits. So these are all just words, but say I want to say fruits like watermelons, which are in. The thing about hyperlinking is that you don't have to write out the actual figure. You can link it within text to this image that's inside of your frame. So, and once again, just to establish, framing is the only thing that will do this. Text boxes will not allow you to do this. So I want to link it like this. So I go to cross-reference, right beside where I would find my insert caption. Cross-reference, click on it. Click on reference type. And you can go to your equation, you can go to your tables, you can go to figures. And here's all of our figures. It will list it out. And this is the figure with watermelon in it. So this is very important. So insert reference to, if you put entire caption, it'll put the entire sentence, and that's not what you want. You want just the label and number. So refer to figure 2. Insert. Magic. So I can also do this. Watermelons, which are blah, 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 blah. Bananas in, so I want to link, because this is the banana picture, so bananas are the banana picture. Insert, figure 1, and apples in, oh, you can't see that, I wrote in, and apples in 3, figure 4, oh, we can do space, figure 4, and figure 5, insert. In our paragraph, we can also go in and say, bananas. Oh, I like bananas, so that's going to be, I'm going to insert a reference to there. We'll separate it by an enter key. And notice how when I click on it, it's hyperlinked, so it's gray. And then apples. Sorry, it's all over the place. All right, apples. We've got there. We'll insert that, link to that document. Apples. Green apples are tasty. See figure 4, which we would label green apples. Okay. Red apples are also nice. Oh, and you know what? Actually there, it's very important that I make sure that it's the appropriate, yes, so normal. Red, oh, come here. red apples are also nice. Figure 5. Insert. Okay, so we've got all of our cross-linking done right now. So each image, so it is linked with this image, hyperlinking with the image. So you've got a boss who says, yeah, you know, I like it, but I want fruit to be first and bananas to be second. Okay, so all I have to do is highlight my text box and move it up higher. So we'll just move that here for right now and move my banana. Banana, you can go right here. And move you back down here. Okay, fruit. And then once your moving is actually done, oh, come back here. Banana, banana. Control Z. Once your moving is actually done, you might need to go over and reposition as well. Oh gosh, come here. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I'm going to just click and reposition it. Format frame, position left, top. There you go. Okay, and then bananas are second. So they are going to be, I'm going to click on theirs, and they're going to be left bottom. Left bottom. Or they can go on the right because it's pretty. Relative to the margin. Relative to the margin. Okay. There you go. So we've reformatted that. Notice how figure 2, we like fruit, is still figure 2. In our image, fruits like watermelons, which are in figure 2, bananas, which are in figure 1, it's still labeled like that. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to highlight my data. So I'm going to start, I guess, from here. Okay. And then I'm going to find a hyperlink thing. So anything that lights up, like so figure 5, and I'm going to right click, update field. And when I update field, actually, you know what, I'm going to find it up here so you can see the difference. In figure 2 is bananas, or sorry, figure 2 is this right now. If I update the field, right click, then left click on update field, automatically it all changes to 1. And this now changes to 2. Everywhere in your is now changed to the order that your pictures are in. You're welcome. So if you have a boss who says, you know, I like this here, and then, you know, changes their mind, oh, you know, I like green than red. No, I like red than green. All you have to do, if you have hyperlinked it in the first place, highlight, right click, update field, and it will do it automatically. And the great thing is too, if you also highlight your table of contents, which we didn't in this, but if you update field, it should also, I think, update the table of contents. But you can also do it our way that we did before, right click, update table, entire table, and you're done. Okay, so that is great. Okay, so this is the very last, is in science if you have multiple frames within an image. The good thing about science and the good thing about your images is that unless you change the figures, A is going to still be A, B is still going to be B, C is still going to be C. So an easy way to do it is you can still use the hyperlinking, so which are in figure 1, you can see. But you can say figure 1A. Bananas in figure 2B do blah, 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 blah. Let's use it with the apples example. 4C and 5. Let's go back and let's say, I don't like my green apples there. I want my green apples second. So green apples now goes, oh, look at that. Okay, and it went first, whatever. Okay, so green apples and red apples are going to switch. So green apples now goes before red apples. Okay, so I've copy pasted. I'm just copy pasting. Enter, enter, and make sure you're inserting on a normal, because if you insert in a styled thing, then it'll format it. Okay, green apples are second. So what I do is I highlight my text, like we learned, and then update. Notice that my figure numbers change, but the letters beside them don't. So as long as you keep this consistent, and as long as you do all of the hyperlinking when you're putting it in, this link in your text is linked to the image which it represents. And you can only do that with the frames that I taught you. You can't be done with the text boxes. So hopefully that's been valuable. I know that saved me months. But yeah, and it's really good, and you can specify the size of all of your images, etc. An end to our video 3, and please join us for the next videos. Video 4, Zotero, I have to say it that way. Zotero is a hero. It is a hero, and we'll talk about that, and GraphPad Prism. All right, speak to you soon.